5, Santa's coming to town, and all that shit. All that shit's gonna be gone. You're gonna be worrying about your latest meal.
Yeah.
Your next meal.
You're not gonna know what day it is.
You ain't gonna know. Yeah, you ain't gonna know what. You're gonna come short of what bills you can't pay.
Yeah.
If you ain't gonna be able to make your next payment on the rent, you have to end up like some of these other homeless people sleeping in their cars, fucking Humvees, and you know.
How much are they charging out there in Frisco?
But you sleeping. Damn.
How much are they charging out there in Frisco for a bed? Like $700 or some shit?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, pods, little 4-foot pods.
Like 800.
$800 for a bed with a lamp. I got something though. Real quick. Isaiah 30:8. Now go. Write it before them in a table and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever. This is rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit.
They always want somebody to tell them something to make them feel good, only good vibes. I'll keep that negativity away from me. Motherfucker, all this coming to this world because of that mentality you have is negativity. Because you don't want to take care of the shit that has to come. Because you don't want to do the hard, bitter stuff that comes with living on this earth.
Being disciplined. Niggas don't want. They don't want to be disciplined. You know. They don't want to even. You know. They don't want to have. You know. Even practice discipline.
Right.
They just want to. You know. Do whatever. Do as thou will, spirit. You know.
They're free, bro. They think they're free. You're free to be spiritually wandering all off in the wrong places.
In the other word, you always say they don't want to be responsible.
Yep.
It's something about being this true, following the righteous laws, statutes, and commandments, and living your way a righteous way. It's responsibility.
Yep.
And niggas don't want to. You know, our people they don't want to take on that responsibility.
Well, here's the key to it before this brother really is you give up the responsibilities of these idols in the world to pick up the same energy to pick up the responsibility of righteousness under your house, and then have an opportunity to preserve yourself later when things really get tough. Because that deep where are the guys that you have chosen before you to see if they will rise and come. Well, you got to work.
It's out Jeremiah 11:11. It says, therefore thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring evil upon them, which they shall not be able to escape. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. Then shall the cities of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem go and cry unto the gods unto whom they offered incense.
Yeah.
But they shall not save them at all in the time of their trouble.
They're not real. They're not living powers. They're not the only power they have is the power you give to them. Our power, regardless, has power. Far beyond what we can even fathom his power. Okay, and his prophecy is how you know. And then what a lot of you won't pay attention until the real destruction is meeting you in front of your face. Till there's a troop that just butted you with the back of their gun and walked you into a camp starving you, and then they want to feed you with some bullshit and put your head under the guillotine until it gets that serious. Thus saith the scriptures. Right? Because them other guys got nothing for you, man.
And the thing about it is a nigga in the world's first instinct, they got the instinct of the devil, is to fight.
Yep.
It's to fight carnally.
Yep.
Look, we fight right now. This is the fight, you know, coming out here and giving our people the warning. You know, this is the daily fight of denying your flesh in this world. All right, being spiritual, that's the fight. It's not a physical, because we know we can't win the physical fight. Because that's what a nigga, everything that we talk about, the famine, the destruction, the plagues, these niggas in the world think that they can fight it off like you fight a nigga in the street.
If I got $1 million,
if I got a gun, if I, you know, they think there's a way out. There's a safe haven, or I could store up food, or I'm gonna build a bunker. That shit is not gonna work. This is the fight. This is the only way out of these calamities.
Jake told me he was gonna move to the mountains, bro. up in the mountains and live up there off the grid. I was like, are you serious? Ain't shit up there, bro.
Motherfucker park.
You're the first to think of that?
The park ranger gonna come shut you down before you start even building, nigga. Right? Like you can't build here. This is private property. This is
Rock top.
yeah.
Esau was
That's
poisoned the rivers.
a real stupid move. Try to go into the mountain.
Ain't nothing up there, bro.
You get starved out real easy. That's in the prophecy.
Yeah,
People gonna be
exactly.
people that be in the mountains. They're gonna fucking drink. They're gonna drink blood and eat flesh.
Talk about starvation.
That's in the second heaven.
Famine.
Jake already think they can have shit mapped out before
Yeah.
it comes. They think that they gonna circumvent
Bro,
judgment.
Esau been planning this for like 30, 40, 50 years.
And you go
You
and
think
then
that you
3 months before it go down,
Bro,
you gonna have your
You gonna
plan ready.
brainstorm real
Yeah,
quick and okay, this is what we
figure it
gonna do.
out. I got a
Come on,
million
You
now.
think they ain't thought about that?
A nigga that ain't never left the hood,
Bro,
we gonna say he gonna move to the mountains and
Bro.
live.
Came and changed the tire,
you
bro.
went to Camp Snoopy, bro, and all of a sudden you were just a wild
Yeah,
outdoors.
tired.
No, nigga. I used to be a Boy Scout.
Yeah, Boy Scout.
I know how to survive.
I
Like,
do
come
it.
on, man. Because the thing about it is, those type of niggas, Esau's gonna draw them even more. I don't know what it is. It's gonna be some type of device. They're gonna draw a lot of those so-called off-the-grid survivors into the city. You know,
Hey, that's why
Go ahead, bro.
he's been burning the forest and dirt in certain areas where the people could potentially, live in the outskirts to bring them into the city more.
And we know water's contaminated in them areas as well.
Yeah.
Them heavy forests on the East Coast,
Yeah.
contaminated water through here. In the
He's not
Midwest.
worried about some dude trying to run into the woods. You
Kind.
know?
We're not,
Kind.
bro.
He gonna get you.
They want you to go there.
Yeah.
So you just die off and nobody's worried
They
about
could
it.
just
bro.
He's using weather modifications
Exactly.
Yeah.
and blaming it on climate change to
Yeah.
push you motherfuckers
Back in.
inland into the cities.
Yeah.
So he can
Back
have you
up.
under the smart cities.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, all you small towns, a population of under 5,000, and he wants you to be into the bigger cities so he can control you.
Yeah, most small towns are dying.
Yeah.
You know, they're being
There's nothing
abandoned.
there.
They're being
There's nothing
abandoned.
And the ones that don't move, that's in the small cities that don't move to the larger cities, it's nothing for them to come through and set that motherfucker on fire. Look what they did out in Mount.
I was just gonna say, what were they doing in them small towns? First, they had farms that they could live off of. Now,
Yeah.
what did they make them do? Burn crops and get rid of half their animals.
Remember how we were just talking about how these devils, the motive behind them committing ethnic genocide over there in Palestine, clear them out so they can siege and take that land. They want to build smart cities all over. They can. That's what they could do with the land after they clear them out.
Yep.
Matter of fact, what happened over there in Ohio,
Yep.
With the train, the railway?
Yeah.
Palestine, Ohio?
Yeah, kind, yeah.
It was a big ass fucking explosion.
Yep.
People had to evacuate and leave the fucking the town.
They said, you saw that clip that said, wow, look what's going on in Palestine. This isn't over in the Middle East.
Right.
This is Ohio.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The chemical thing. There was a big
Bro.
ass bomb going on. Bro.
Esau had it to where the train that was carrying chemicals, it derailed, quote unquote, and poisoned and polluted everything. Then he had the cleanup truck that was supposed to remove this shit.
Blow it.
Bro, same thing happened to where it crashed too.
And
Come
God
on,
was saying
man.
that those,
Just built the chemical.
Yeah.
those tankers, even if they derail, they're not supposed to open,
Yeah.
you know? But
Yeah.
come on now.
We just stupid though. That's the one thing you built the shit for, not to spill in
Right.
case something go wrong.
In case it does derail.
Right, so this don't happen. So we know it happened on purpose. When you look into the chemicals that spilled, it's all the worst shit for you. It's the shit that they want to get you with. That's not going to have a direct impact immediately, but over time it's going to corrode the whole area.
When you think about where the fuck were they going with them type of chemicals? Why would you?
In the first place.
What do you use that for?
It's in your Dawn soap. It's in your. It had something to do with it, but they knew that though. Okay.
It all just leads back to this devil evil.
Exactly.
He wants to control all. He wants to destroy everything, and then after he destroys it, he can basically take over the resources, and then be the one to ration it. So he can basically, it's about control. Reduce the population and control the rest.
Yeah.
You know, that's his heart's desire. That's the wicked's heart's desire.
You know the one I'm talking
You know.
He's like systematically breaking down society, you know, and he's breaking people down.
Yeah, while he's distracting you. You don't even know that you're not even like, you even like a lot of these things that happen.
Yeah.
You easily forget. You know?
Yeah, because there's so much other BS being
Because
pumped down your
he's
throat.
throwing so much at you,
Yeah.
you forget that he didn't just did some shit.
God.
And then it was events even before that.
God.
You ain't even talking about no more.
Yeah.
He knows how to keep the people just like
He does.
he knows how to do that.
A deep search. Man, this dude's he studies the brain, man.
God.
The people's thoughts. He tries to control people's thoughts, man. You know, this dude's they deep into that. You know, that witchcraft, how to get into people's heads and control. Basically, like a fucking zombie, dude. Like he's like a parasite that goes in you, and he controls you.
And it's not just everybody. They study Jake specifically because we react and we act emotional to different things in him. You know, it's crazy how Jake has more compassion for this other Jakes and even the Edomites to a certain extent versus them. You know, they'll fucking kill a nigga and continue to kill him. Jake at least have some compassion. So these devils study these things, and they're like you were saying, they test. It's mainly on Israelites.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This it's a word we always go into. It's mesmerism. It says the doctrine that one person can exercise influence over the will and nervous system of another and produce certain phenomena. And it says Frenton as Anton Mesmer.
Yeah, Anton.
It says allows one person to hypnotize another. Yep. And it says hypnotic suggestion. Hey, but that's going into Esau's left hand.
Yeah, that's the witchcraft that he uses, and it starts with his media. So he's pushing certain narratives for your brain to accept
Okay.
later, but it's the gradualism of it is gradually bringing you into understanding of these things subconsciously. So when it hits you consciously, you're not all out of order. Oh, what the hell just happened?
Right.
You're like, oh, okay. You just accept it.
Images, colors.
Yep.
I got something. 2nd Ezra 16 and 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sin and scourges for a minute. With all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
As the brother was saying, there's situations that came to pass that was major situations, but you just forgot about it, got swept under the rug because the All-Star
Brandon
Game.
circles.
Yeah, it is.
Brandon circles, they put entertainers in front of you.
Yep.
You know, talking about the Jada Pinkett situation.
Yep. Because this just released the book. You forget everything that's going on with war.
Pay these celebrities that have some kind of scandal going.
Yeah. I see.
DJ Envy and all that bullshit. Well, who gives a fuck, man? But that's what they want you to focus on while they're doing their shit behind the scenes.
And
You know?
they say in magic, as a magician,
Sleight of hand.
sleight of hand is they show you one thing while the magic's happening somewhere else.
Yeah.
They get you focused on something over here while they're pulling the strings over there.
Yeah, you can't really pull that shit over here in Europe, man. 'Cause them Europeans, man, they catch on quick. Every little thing, they fucking right.
Right. And I don't think they have, but see, what do we have working against us over here? All these fucking chemicals that keep you just dumbed down that they won't even allow in their shit over there. We just, cheap ketchup.
They
5 cent
they
hamburger.
talking about
Yeah.
banning Skittles in California,
Okay.
but look how long this shit been on the shelf.
And
And y'all talking about banning this shit now?
and why only
Go ahead.
why only California?
Right.
If it's bad
Why
for
only
them.
Skittles?
Yeah, they done. The damage is done.
Yeah.
You know,
You think niggas ain't gonna keep eating Skittles?
niggas gonna be trying to smuggle them
I
and
was
shit
just
like
gonna
you
say,
know,
they
like
gonna prohibition for Skittles.
yeah. Come on.
You know?
Yep.
Say that one more time.
Drive to the next city.
Niggas gonna be driving the
Go right to the
in
port.
Nevada to get them like lotto tickets and shit.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say that you were talking about the influence of that. Well, it was a video of a TikToker, and she was basically saying they were trying to pay her to be pro Israel. It's a lot of influence that, and she was pro Palestine, and so they dropped her or whatever. She lost her deal, and then they wanted her back. They wanted to say, "Oh, you could we'll sign you back if you just say pro Israel." So it's a lot of people out there, these so-called influencers, that are influence the mind of you people to be, you know,